record. There it is. Thank you guys for getting on. I know I won't take up too much of your time. But yeah, I wanted to introduce myself, meet you guys, meet everyone, answer any questions I could. I sent a I sent two attachments. I sent the schedule and I sent the schedule for November. So you guys know what we do every week. I'll do that each month, so you know just exactly like what practice and games are for each week, just so that you're notified. Like I said, I won't take up too much time. Um, Feel free to ask any questions, please. And yeah, I guess I'll get started. So my name is Mike Kincaid, Michael Kincaid. I'm from the South Side. Um, Born South Sider, born Chicagoan, I guess. I worked so I worked for the Chicago Cubs. I've worked there for about 20, God, who knows how many years.
Did your
Um,
family disown you for that?
you know what? As long as I don't have to live with my mom, it's, she's kind of okay with it.
Right.
So
So
yeah,
you, so you got kicked out of the house
I was
for
just,
working
hey,
for the Cubs.
as long as I can pay my own rent, it's okay with her. So yeah, I went to St. Rita High School. Um, And then I went to Marian University in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Oh, we had another one. Um, and was involved with the basketball program at both. I say involved because um, I did it in college basketball. You realize that sometimes you're just not good enough or tall enough to be on the court. So I did a lot of sitting. So, but I was involved. I was very involved, and still involved. I'm a member of both alumni associations for each. I help out when I can. You know, I'm always on LinkedIn, so I'm always involved. I stay involved with the schools and people, and I say people and players that I work with because that's just how I am. That's just my personality. Um, I would love to tell you how long I've been coaching. Um, I think it's 15, 16 years, maybe at this point. I think this is year 16. I started at Morgan Park Academy on the South Side, doing middle school and high school. Um, Eventually got to Gordon Tech, which is
Got
now
a
the
Gordon Tech alum here who's hollering.
yes. Got to Gordon Tech. It's now DePaul Prep, and was there for a couple years. Eventually made my way over to Holy Trinity for a year before finally settling down at Latin school for probably the last decade or so. And I'm still kind of involved there. Like I said, I stay involved with my players or students just because, it's more than just coaching. Like I'm not here to just make basketball players. Like I'm like to make an impact on like people's lives, Like we're trying to raise good human beings, not just good players. So, um, how did I get to St. Andrew? Is the because I've always been like I said, I went to St. Rita, I went to Marian, even my grade school was a Catholic school. So I've always been kind of faith-based in like whatever I do, and I've always wanted to work and help out with kids, and because I've also done after-school programs. I've run a summer camp, which was the most fun thing ever. I'm very involved in nonprofits. I've kind of built a little service into like trying to help the next generation be better than this generation, and so on. So, um, and therefore being in the area, like working for the Cubs also allows me to coach because they know what my passion is. My passion is working with kids and working and trying to help, and also basketball and coaching. So, um, the off season kind of easier, but they get okay if I can do both. My passion is with coaching. So I've been able to do coaching, but only things closer to the north side, which is fine. And thus St. Andrew, I substitute teach as well, when I can. And I've subbed at St. Andrew because we've have some former players that are alum from St. Andrew. So I've heard about the school and I knew where it was. And like I said, I had players from DePaul Prep. I think the Poochies are from
Hmm.
Or
Yeah.
yes. So one Sam Pucci is one of my former players, and Sydney Torado and their family. So I've been connected to it. I just never had a chance to get over there, and finally I substitute taught maybe a couple years ago, and it's like okay, if I can, I would like to do something closer. I like to work St. Andrew. I really like the gym. I really like if I could do it if it's possible, and finally, this was the year we were able to do it, and I'm kind of happy to make the jump over. Um, I will say, as I'm learning each day, the adjustment from coaching at St. Andrew to Latin has been it's you realize sometimes you've been spoiled a little too much. And it's like, okay, now we're back to like normal coaching. This isn't the fancy Latin world anymore. So that's kind of exciting. The challenge of that has been getting adjusted to, and I think that's where the excitement comes in because this is a new challenge. Um,
What do you do for the Cubs, Mike?
so I work in the customer relations department, and a bit of marketing. So the easiest way to explain it is if you send an email to the Cubs or a letter to the Cubs or you call
Hmm.
the Cubs from 8:30 to 5 o'clock, chances are I am the person that you're going to um, deal with. Like if you need to like buy tickets or if there's a tour or whatever,
Hmm.
I am generally the person that you will end up interacting with.
Okay.
Um, and so that's my I've been in in the front office for about 5 years. Before that, I was in one of the heads of security. Um,
Oh boy.
yeah,
Putting
yeah.
putting those drunk people in the cell back
Oh,
there.
being everyone's babysitter. Yeah, so that got a little tiring. But I did get a World Series ring out of it, so
Oh,
that's the good thing.
awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
Nice.
so I'll take that. Um, Let me tell you a little bit about my coaching philosophy. It's very simple. I am not one of the hard nosed, yell, scream, make kids run. Uh, it's not my job to make this not fun.
Yeah.
It's my job to help you learn to love it, learn to love your like teammates. Just um, just work hard.
Hmm.
I'm not a yeller or screamer. I'm not going to overdo it with like you need to learn this, this, and this. I have learned my strength is in inspiring and motivation and connecting with players. And like I said before, I'm not here to make great players. I've been good at it, but it's mostly at this level, it's for them to develop and learn and still love to want to keep learning and playing. And for the next 6 months, I'm just going to encourage that and help them try to work hard and teach them wherever I can. Um, and I've been pretty good at it. I don't like to blow my own horn, but like I've got enough players that have kept playing and that are now coaches or like I still
Hmm.
can connect with who still love the game. And I think I've figured out like, this is what I'm good at. Kids don't need to be yelled at. They don't need to be treated like racehorses or whatnot. They need encouragement. They need to learn how to work hard. You need to be honest with them, and help them like find the love in it, whatever it may be. But like, so that's what I'm here to do. And like I said, I'm pretty good at it. I would like to think I am. If not, you will definitely be the first to hear about it, I'm sure. Um, I'm very transparent. I'm very honest. I'm very good with communication. You are more than welcome to reach out to me via text, via email. I'm generally on my email probably anytime before 10 o'clock. Um, what any issues you may have or questions, please let me know. Um, I think you guys, I can send you all my contact information. Like I said, I'm very transparent about whatever. And what I ask from you as parents is if, like, if there's an issue or something like I should know about your child, or like that would help me understand them more if they're dealing with anything or something like that. Just so, like, say they have a peanut allergy, or like they're not good at like communicating with like certain players or certain people, like anything that helps me understand them, because we all go through something. We all have our like weirdness and disabilities or just like issues. Like, and so, and it's harder for kids to like get that out. But if you guys know what, you can help me, because what never makes it easier and what makes it easier for them is what I want to do. So, let's see, what else do I have for you guys? I'm sorry, I'm supposed to tell you to make sure that you guys filled out the physical and concussion forms. Um, I hope, did everyone do that? Everyone's got those, I assume. If not,
Definitely the physical. I don't know if I've done a concussion one
okay,
recently, but I think we all know where they are. So
okay.
Yeah, I've
Um,
had the paperwork sitting here since the start of the year, and I don't think I've ever just scanned it in and sent it in. So I'll
that's
do that. I'll
well,
get
we
on that.
still got a couple weeks before a game. But yeah, if you can, just send them the help forms at gosaintandrew.com. Um, Coach Pope will let me know if there's any issues with anything like that. Um, what else? Like I said, any information you guys need about playing or games, it's on the CCYL website. I've attached the addresses to all the away games.
By the way, Coach Mike, you do have one of the one wrong for the Our Lady of Mount Carmel. They actually
I
don't have a gym,
I know I
and they.
switched. So the new
Oh,
ones
you
I just
did?
sent
You
out,
updid it. Oh,
I
perfect.
switched.
Okay,
Yeah, I switched it. So yeah, I just found that out too. So yeah, I switched it on there. So
perfect. Okay, I just wanted to make sure we didn't want you at Our Lady of Mount Carmel. And we're all way
I
far
would
north
have
on
totally been there
California.
as well. That's so thank you. Um, for practices, I will be there until every kid gets picked up. If there's an issue with like someone else is taking them home or they get home a different way, please let me know ahead of time. Otherwise, I will be there with your child until they leave. Um, I'm big on child safety, player safety. I'm not someone who just will just leave them. Like I'm the other parent for the next 6 months. And that's why if you guys, like I said, if you need to connect with me at anything or whatever issue, um, please do. Because this is my passion. This is what I care about. Not so much even I know that I have the other job, but this is what I love to do. And getting the chance to work with a new set of kids, a new set of players is probably has been so exciting in my head. You guys have no idea. It's driving my OCD kind of crazy because I've been excited to like start practice tomorrow and like get all you guys the information. Um, so I may be talking a little too fast. That's literally just because I'm so excited. Um, for tomorrow for practice, so we are going to work with the eighth graders on Thursday, and the sixth graders. So tomorrow I believe it's us, and then Thursday it's eighth grade and sixth grade together, just because of numbers and just because, like I said, I'm here to help them learn and develop. And if they want to play, we want we want players ready for the next level. And so just for the first week, we're going to get in conditioning and just get them to have fun and get to know the other players and get to know everyone. So Coach Brian, who's the eighth grade coach, he also works for the Cubs. Um, he's a little he's a little bit more intense than I am. as I've learned. But he's young, and I get it because he means well. He's very good. He's a very good coach. He knows his X's and O's. He's very prepared. He likes to work the kids, and so they're going to get in shape. They're going to learn a lot from him. Um, and I'm going to keep him, I'm going to keep him in check and make sure that, hey, let's make sure everyone's having fun and still learning, and that this is still my team, and that we're still here to enjoy this. So. I think I've said everything I said. If not, like I said, I'm excited. We don't have these meetings believe it or not, we don't have these meetings at Latin, which is crazy because we have everything else at Latin. Um, so getting the chance to actually talk to parents it's like, this is pretty cool. So if you guys have any questions or concerns or whatever, please.
I was curious. I mean, obviously, you're dealing with
Raise
a
the hand,
very,
lady. Raise the hand. Where's your Zoom etiquette?
uh, you don't do that at my company. Sorry,
Okay.
Mickey. We just, as long as I wasn't interrupting anyone, I think it was okay. Um, Obviously you're dealing with a small team, like exactly five,
Yes.
not, and there will be occasions when they won't make it. And I know Pope was going to reach out to the sixth graders to have them play up. Are you involved with that? Have you seen that? Like, are we
Oh
looking
yeah.
good on numbers for all those games?
I have I literally drive Coach Pope crazy with at least two or three emails a day
Oh, love it. Do that.
about this because I told you this is it's been on my head. And so the seventh graders are going to play. The seventh graders are going to play mostly. We're going to have two sixth graders per game. If for some reason someone gets sick in seventh grade or whatever, we may have three. Um, but they're literally just there to be the bench. They're there to sub. They may do some practicing, but I'm focused on seventh grade. And so we have a sign up sheet where we have certain sixth graders can sign up for each game that they can just sit on the bench in case there's foul trouble or someone gets hurt or whatnot. They're basically just there to help out when they can. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to run seventh graders crazy all during the game. Like that's not how I am. Like I know people need breaks. I know people like get injured, but this is their year, this is their grade, so they're going to get majority of the playing time. And but yeah, we have a system already in place just so again, no one gets tired or injured or sick or something like that.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
Cool.
Your turn,
Um,
Mickey.
yes.
That was my question.
Okay. Yeah, that was the first thing I asked coach. So again, we'll go from the Latin to here now. So at Latin, we're used to having 20 to 25 players per grade. And and so when Coach Pope told me, he's like, no, you have five kids. And I thought, okay, there's a lot and I can and can't do with this. However, the challenge of it has been exciting. So much that I was talking to um, a couple of friends of my coaches that coach at Loyola. And it's like, okay, what would you do if you had these players? If you only had five, if you for practice? And it's not so much games I'm worried about. It's just practice and keeping everyone engaged. And the more I thought about it, the more I talked to her about it, it's becomes more of a personal thing. It becomes as far as like, all right, we know our limitations, which means there's only so much you can do, but there's so much closer you can get as a team. And I want to be able, and that's probably one of the things we're going to focus on, that like there's only five of us and we really have to help each other and pick each other up and work together and sacrifice a little bit because like this is it. This is us. It's us. It's us six together for the next 6 months. So it becomes more of a personal thing that I'm going to like push a little bit. That like, and again, not going to overwork anyone. I want them to know that hey, I understand, and we're gonna do the best we can. But we're still gonna have fun at us. But we're gonna definitely get a little closer and enjoy this. But yeah, I'm not. It's something I've thought about. But the game part, I'm already. That's when we came up with a sign up sheet for the 2 players per game to help out. So we're okay.
John, any advice for Coach Mike since you have these boys?
Oh yeah, have they've played together before? So I'm assuming they all played together last year as well.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they've been playing together since, well, no, fourth
Fourth
grade was
grade.
COVID, so I don't think they
Third,
played.
No. Fourth
Oh no,
grade.
not that was
Fourth
Luke's
third
grade.
grade,
since
Okay,
third
yeah.
grade, they
Oh,
started
third grade?
Boys and Girls Club, right?
perfect.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. But obviously there were,
There
at
were
one point
others.
five more players in
Yeah,
addition to them that we
yeah.
don't that we
Um,
so
and then fourth, fifth, sixth, all for St. Andrew in the CCYL.
Okay,
Um, you know, we've seen these guys go from like complete chaos to like they pretty much play as a team. They're getting more mature. Um, I think that the guys that are in this are committed. They will try. They will put forth effort. Um, I think we've got the kids that have the best attitudes, and hopefully that means that there will be fewer issues because there's not a ringleader to
okay,
be a naysayer.
gotcha.
I don't really want to talk too much more publicly, but I am happy to catch you up. I think I think these guys are growing up and they're excited. They're grateful to just be playing this year because they they're not dumb. They know that they only have 5 guys and that doesn't give them a lot of cushion.
Gotcha.
So I think you'll see a pretty good attitude most of the time out of them. That's what I'm hoping. And I like what you're saying about the important thing is to have fun, and a lot of this is now about personal accountability. We can't yell at them and make them do stuff, but um, if they want to do well, they're going to have to put the work in. So
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's I've never been that kind of coach. I've been on the other side of that. I've seen how it does the players um as far as their future goes. I've seen great kids hate basketball because of it. I've also seen great kids stop playing with um teammates or certain school just because of the interactions between players. Like, and I am I don't like to be the disciplinarian a lot, but I make it clear that I am the coach, and there's
yeah,
certain things that can and cannot be done. You will not hear about bullying. You will not hear about cursing. You will not hear about negative comments because I don't. It's fun and as playful and as much as I keep stressing fun that I like to say here. There's that side of me that just does not. That's not something we do. Not
yeah,
that's not something my teams
yeah,
do. We're not going to deal with drama. We're not going to deal with gossip. We're not going to deal with any negativity. That is
yeah.
not how my players are. Um,
I'm
and
pretty
even
sure I was the only one that swore at practice last year. So,
hey,
and I tried to set the expectation that the little things matter and attitude
absolutely,
matters, and so I don't want to be a disciplinarian either, but I do have expectations,
absolutely, as you
and
should.
it's I think the mental game is the biggest aspect of it. So yeah, it
And
sounds like you've got the same kind of attitude.
that's the one thing yeah, because again, it's not so much what you can do on the court. It's everything else. I was so I've usually have done high school until I got to Latin. And last year I was able to see my first group of fifth graders who I coached from fifth graders to sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. They finally graduated this year, last year. And that's when I asked if they had been playing together because the importance of kids playing together and being together, it doesn't matter how many it is. It doesn't matter how many how small or how tall they are. Um, it's being together and you wanting to holding each other accountable and working together um, that does so much. And while I'd like to say, as I tell all the teams, especially middle school teams in sophomore and juniors, there are no trophies in middle school basketball. It's not about so much win or losing. It's mostly working hard, learning, getting what you can out of this so that you're better at the next step.
Yep.
So I'm going to stress that as an important detail. And like I said, this is a learning experience, but a fun learning experience. So uh, hopefully we get that, and they'll get that tomorrow when we start.
Cool. Well,
Yes,
we're looking forward to it.
absolutely.
We expect
And
an undefeated season, but other than that, we don't really have.
we're gonna have fun no matter what. I can promise you that. I will ask another thing. Um, so there's two things. If each player can have a water bottle, that would be awesome. I sounds like they already set with him. Um, and if possible, if we do get snacks for everyone, if they can only be like something healthy, like I'm trying to push away the junk food era from basketball players and well, even myself. So, if we do get snacks or things for the players to take with them, if it's just something healthier, just that we
This isn't Latin, man. These kids are on like the intermittent fasting. Like,
okay. See, I can tell I'm adjusting. I mean, again, like one of the things Coach Foach told me was like, yeah, when I asked about how the kids get to the games and whatnot, and he's like, oh, their parents will get them there, and that was you get yourself there too. You pay the ref, and I was like, there's a team bus at Latin, right? We don't know. There's not. We don't do that here. Okay, so
although we probably we could fit the entire team in my car.
Yeah.
I have third
John
row
just
seating.
volunteered to be the team bus.
sounds like it.
Right.
But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm very excited. Um, to do this. Practice starts tomorrow. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. Or you can reach out to Coach Pope. As much as I talk to him, I'm pretty sure he hates me at this point, and we haven't even started. Because I'm just so, like I said, I'm very transparent. I ask so many questions because I want to know everything, and that goes to you guys as well. If I will tell you, you please ask me. Um, Oh, important detail. Um, do any of the kids have they text with coaches in the past? Do you do that? Is that something that happens? Okay, just wanted to make sure because I know I'm like I said, very transparent. I want to know what your expectations, what like is done and what's not done. All right.
Yeah, it's never this team hasn't, and I have an older son who graduated Sandra last year. There was the coaches communicated through the parents pretty
Okay.
much, obviously at practices, relaying information, but then also then following up with the parents because the kids ne can't necessarily be trusted to relay the information to the parents.
Absolutely. All right.
Um, so
Well, yeah, like I said, you will be the first to have information. I've talked to you. I'm giving you as much information as I can to stay
Mhm.
connected so that you know that you're on the same wavelength as I am on every step. So
Do you have the parents' cell phone numbers?
I do not. I don't have.
Okay.
I
would you
am.
like them? Would you like us to create a group? If you send
I
your
would
phone number, we can
absolutely
create a
love that.
group.
That would be amazing.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to send your phone number, we can add it. There's a group that has all the moms and dads, unless any parent wants to opt out, and have it separately, just designate one parent. But otherwise, we can just add them to the one that has both the moms and dads for every kid.
Okay. Yeah, I can send that on. Can I send it here, or is it easier to send it in an email or in the chat?
Yeah, just send an email
Okay.
and then yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll send it in an email. We start tomorrow at 5:30, 5:30. And like I said, I will be there. until every kid gets picked up, or if I hear something different that they get home differently, just
Mhm.
let me know. You'll have my number. Um, I'm not big on letting kids walk home alone unless I know that that's something they do or with someone. So
Mhm.
if it's something different than besides you guys picking them up, let me know.
Okay.
Otherwise, we will stand there all all night long. So
That chat will come in handy for that. So the
perfect.
text chat. So awesome.
Perfect.
Well, thanks so much, Coach Mike, and thank you for
Cool.
taking them on. And we're really excited. We're glad that the
Yeah.
kids could
Thanks,
have a
coach.
team
Yeah.
this
Well,
year. So
thank
we
you. Thank you
appreciate you.
guys for having me in there and having this and taking time to do this. This was cool. I'm glad I got to have this because I'm glad I got to have this moment with you guys so you know exactly who is working with your child for the next 6 months. And
Right.
that's big
Yeah.
to me. So
You you probably didn't even have to say anything with the Pearl Jam Chicago flag in the background. Like it,
yeah, I am a huge fan. Yes.
nice,
So
nice.
yes.
Likewise.
But thank you guys again. I'll send my my number out. If you have any questions, concern, please reach out. I can answer
Mhm.
by text or email.
Cool.
Wonderful.
Great.
Sounds
Thank
So,
you.
good.
Thank you.
Good night.
yes,
Thanks, coach.
sorry,
Oh,
See you
wait.
soon.
coach.
Oh, wait. Karen's got it.
Oh.
Sorry. I
Yeah.
forgot to put the manito, the hand. So, coach, we currently, some of the kids has another activities and
Hmm.
probably is going to change the schedule in 2 weeks for
Yes.
practicing. I just want to know how hard. I know for the games we are really 100 commitment, but for the practice, I'm talking about my son. My son still is in the fall season for soccer, and
Okay.
that is the first thing for him. But he likes, to play always basketball at school. So my question is, for example, I have a this week and the next week problem with one of the days for practice,
Okay.
and it's Wednesday. So, but the next days, the next couple weeks is gonna be fine until all the games are fine, because that is the little conflict that I have. So I just wanna know if he missed one class, and how hard you are. Is one of the kids cannot go to one practice, so
Oh
I
no,
just
that's fine.
okay.
If you give me a heads up on when they will miss,
All right.
so I can just plan ahead for it, and adjust to it. Otherwise, like, yeah, just as long as I have a heads up and know that they're just not skipping out or they're doing something, it's not a problem.
Okay, just only for practice. I mean, we're 100% commitment for the game, so it's just
Okay.
only for the practice. But well, that was my question. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Anyone else?
Um, no, I don't think so.
Good here.
I don't see any questions here in the chat. I see some questions.
James's dad was asking if you graduated from Gordon or coached because
Yeah,
he's a Gordon
I
grad
was
too.
typing it in there. I guess I can just answer it here. So no, I graduated from St. Rita. Um, but so I started coaching. I moved to the north side to work closer. It was just easier to work for the Cubs, and I wanted to start coaching over here. And I ended up coaching girls basketball for 3 years. And that's where I met Sam Pucci. That's where I have two regional championships out of that, which is exciting. Three of my former players, who I started with as freshmen, are now coaches. And there's even the coach at Lane Tech is the coach that I worked with. So I'm still connected with Gordon Tech, DePaul Prep, because their current coach now, Tom Kleinschmidt, um, has some of
Gordon,
my players.
Gordon alum.
So I'm still kind of connected there as well, because my last player, she was the basketball coach there up until last year. So, but no, I'm a St. Rita guy.
All right.
Awesome. I'm gonna
Well,
drop off. Thanks so much, Coach
Yep.
Mike. Really appreciate
oh,
it.
no
Yeah.
problem.
Thanks,
Thank you
coach.
Elias,
guys
we'll see you
All
there
again.
right.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Yes,
Thank you. Say hi to Charles. I mean, Bernardini for me. Bernardini, you know Bernardini?
I do.
And
Absolutely.
tell him Jamie Andrade says hi, and Jorge Perez.
Okay, you got it.
All right.
All right,
Take care.
guys.
Yeah,
Thank you again.
no problem.
Yep, bye.
Yes.